Hi guys, how's it going? I thought I haven't been online for quite some time and I'd like to show you today how to do a bouquet from woah to go, from start to finish. So what you do is you start with having all the things that you need. I've got my paper, my stapler, my card to attach to the outside. I've got my little bouquet ready to put on the outside of the bunch. I've got all my flowers ready in water and ready and waiting. So what I do to start with, I cut my piece of string that I need for my bouquet. That's the first thing I do. And cut a little string for the posy on the outside. I have those ready and waiting. That's the first thing I do. Also need to make sure that I've got scissors for the paper, scissors for small stems, and secateurs for big stems like this greenery. So the next thing I do is I take my flowers out and I prepare them. See, I'm going to strip the stem. The shortest thing I've got is the Alstroemeria. Whoop, that nearly landed on the floor. That would have been entertaining, wouldn't it? The shortest thing I've got is this Alstroemeria, which is super cute. So if I cut the greenery, no, don't cut it. Leave a little bit of extra on there so you can fiddle around with it in the arrangement. Have it the right length, because you might want to pull it out a bit further than the Alstroemeria, being a bit shorter. This isn't going to be a large bouquet. It's a thank you bouquet, which I do once a month, and try to make it a little bit different every month. And I think the vase that she's got to put it in it's quite squat. It's like this, so I don't want to make the arrangement too large. Otherwise, she'll have to cut it down quite a bit. And some people don't feel very comfortable about cutting flowers down, but if that's the only vase that you've got or the only container that you've got to use, don't think twice about cutting stuff down. Right, that is my greenery all clean, because you want the stems clean in the vase, otherwise it'll go slimy and yuck. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is the stock. Need to cut the stock out here, and we do recycle soft plastics now in New Zealand, which is good. Keep the rubber band for another arrangement, and take that out of there because those are a little bit wobbly. Cut your stems on an angle and then straight back into water. Make sure the stems are stripped so that the flower can have a bit of a drink before you send it out on delivery, or take it out on delivery like I do. Okay, and when you have flowers in your arrangement, try to go for an odd number because it's much easier on the eye. Nature is in odd numbers, and so when you think about when you look at a leaf, you can see how it's oddly along the leaf when the leaves come off the stem. So the Alstroemeria looks super cute with that. So I'm going to strip that totally, and again I'm going to cut it on an angle. The more of an angle that you cut it on, the more the stem can take up water in the vase. They're so pretty together, aren't they? Gorgeous. Alstroemeria lasts really well in the vase, and stock has a wonderful scent. Very pretty together. And I've got 5 stems, each of those. Tidy it up. And as I say, if you have all your flowers sorted, when you come to arrange them, it's much easier. Rightio. So these are quite leggy. That means the stem's not really strong enough, but as I say, this arrangement's not going to be really large, so I think we're going to be okay. Strip the stems. Give myself a bit more room. Oh, there's a broken one in there. Look at that. See how it's broken off here? Okay, so I'm going to put that in water. That's the dog barking. See, these guys would be much better to cut off hair off the stem and have a little posy. But I'm going to see if I can do them so it works out. I think it will, but we'll see. See now, these guys, I'm going to cut these ones off here. So I haven't got flowers so far down because you won't see them. There's no point arranging a bunch of flowers and then not being able to see the flowers that you've got in there. Okay, 2 more. Let's have a look. I'm going to take that one out as well. I could put these guys in with the little posy on the outside. They look quite cute together, the lavender and the spray crizzies. Chrysanthemums last ages in water in the vase. Forgot to cut the bottom off, but I think I'm going to be cutting quite a bit of stuff off that end. See how this guy's all floppy? The flowers are too heavy for the stem. Rightio, so cut that on an angle. Also, spray chrysanthemums go really easily from cuttings. So when you cut the end off the bottom of your stem, stick it in the ground. I'm sure it'll grow. Okay, so I'm going to put that back in there. Keep your flowers in water for as long as you can. Okay, I'm going to start with, I want a nice bunch to start with, because if you've got a good base, then it's really easy to arrange. Okay, so that gives me the size of my bouquet. Always cut on an angle if you can. Okay, so there you go, got that. Now I'm going to start, I think, with my stock, because that's the most upright flower that I've got. Go. And think I might put a chrysanthemum next to that one. And if you've got quite a nice base, as I say, to work with, it holds the flowers all together. Now see, I had 3 of the chrysanthemums and I've nestled the stock in between. Piece of alstroemeria. Maybe I'll have another piece of greenery, I think, because my arrangement's coming this way. That's better. I need to put these down. I'm concerned that they're going to fall. Okay, now another piece of stock. Nice. I think if I arrange it all around the stock, hold my tongue right so it's going down. Nice. Okay, and then a piece of stock here, and then my last piece of stock. Let's check it out. Oh, interesting. Okay, put that one up a bit, because as I say, if you're going to put a flower in, you may as well make it so you can see it. Put that there, I think. The ulster, isn't that, those colours are just so sweet together. Okay, put that down through there. Also, when you're putting flowers down through the arrangement, make sure they come all the way down, otherwise they won't be in water. And that's very annoying, because you've gone to all the trouble of arranging it and make it look beautiful. Then it'll be very annoying if your stems aren't in water. Also, when you're threading through, make sure that you don't catch any other blooms on the way down or through, because then they will just break. Let's see how we're getting on. Okay, I think some of that on the outside. No, can't do that. It's too flimsy to be on the outside. So I'm going to put alstroemeria on the outside, and I think another one of those in between those. So try and separate them just a bit, because they're so flimsy. I think that's pretty good. I like that a lot. Okay, maybe a bit more alstroemeria over at the front here. And maybe one more So where do we think? Maybe there, or I think over here. That's pretty good. I don't think I need any more. I think I'm quite happy. I could add a bit more, but I don't think it needs it. And don't be afraid to just stop when you think there's enough. Right, I think I'm going to cut this off. Now, make sure you cut always on a really good angle, so the flower has the most or the biggest opportunity to pick up water from the vase. Also, it makes it look a bit more interesting in the vase when you've got stems cut on an angle. Okay, that's cute. Right, I'm going to get my long piece of string now. This isn't really designed for that squat vase, but the woman who it's going to will know to cut it down. When you put your flowers down, when you're putting your string on, make sure that you put them down a little bit further away from you and pull them towards you so you don't break any blooms. Okay, round a couple of times, then tie it in a bow, and then straight into water. Those colours are just so sweet together. I'm going to put that into water over there. Now to make this little guy to go on the outside, I think I was going to use just lavender, or maybe I will. Maybe I'll keep those for something else. And just have a bunch of lavender on the outside. Lavender is perfect for a bunch because all the stems are naked. So that's what you want. I want all the stems at the same length. I might push some of these down just a little bit so they're not quite so long. It's nice to have a little bit of variation, but maybe we don't need it quite so long. Rightio. So I'm going to cut these with this, and I'm going to leave them quite long, but I'm going to have them all at the same length and cut straight across. I'm going to get my small piece of string and round a couple of times to make a nice big piece of string around it. So this means that there's 2 vases of flowers in the house. Rightio. Oh, guess what I haven't done? I didn't cut a piece of string to go on the outside. See how annoying it is when you're not organised? Okay, so I'm going to cut one more piece of string to go on the outside. Much easier to be organised. And let's put that over there. Put that on the floor. Okay, rightio. We're organised now. So dry your bench. Get your paper that you're going to wrap in. Put your bouquet, let it drip a little bit. Put your bouquet, can you see that pointy bit? Put your bouquet there. Whoops, it says she dragging it down, but that way I didn't break any flowers. So I'm going to put it down a little bit further to protect the flowers because they're going out on a delivery. Oh, they look super cute. Okay, so now I'm going to get my long piece of string. I'm going to hold it together while I tie the knot. Tie the knot, put this little guy on the front, tie a knot and tie a bow. And put my card on it too to say, yes, the Barefoot Florist did this for you with love. And there you go. How sweet is that? Isn't it gorgeous? And it's ready to be delivered. So I've got stock, Westringia, Alstroemeria and spray chrysanthemums with lavender on the front. See you guys.